The Ural Mountains, stretching over 2,500 kilometers from a natural divide between Europe and Asia. This ancient range, forged over 250 million years ago, is home to a diverse array of landscapes from snow-capped peaks and glaciers to lush forests and sparkling rivers. It is also known as the treasure chest of Russia. The snow-capped peaks of the Ural Mountains had always been a source of fascination for Igor Dyatlov and his group of experienced hikers. But nothing could have prepared them for the horrors that awaited them on the fateful night in February 1959. January 28, 1959. Igor Dyatlov and his group of 8 experienced hikers arrive in the Ural Mountains. February 1, 1959. The group sets up camp on the slopes of Mount Ototen despite reports of strange occurrences in the area. When they set up camp on the slopes of Mount Ototen, a sense of unease settled over the group. The wind howled through the valley like a chorus of the damned, and the snow seemed to swirl around them with a malevolent intent. February 2, 1959. The group discovers strange, glowing orbs in the sky. They realized that they were not alone. The orbs seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and as the group watched in horror, they began to move closer, their glow illuminating the darkening landscape. February 3, 1959. One by one, the group members began to experience strange and terrifying phenomena. Some reported hearing disembodied voices, while others saw shadowy figures lurking just beyond the edge of the campsite. As the night wore on, the group's grip on reality began to slip. They became convinced that they were being stalked by some kind of supernatural entity, one that was determined to claim their souls. In a desperate bid to escape the horror that surrounded them, the group abandoned their campsite and fled into the darkness. But it was too late. The entity had already begun to exert its influence, driving them further and further into the heart of madness. February 26, 1959. The group's bodies were discovered, bearing strange and inexplicable injuries. Some had severe internal injuries, while others had strange glowing burns on their skin. The investigation into the Dyatlov Pass incident was unable to determine the cause of the group's deaths. But one thing was certain: something had driven them to the brink of madness, and ultimately to their deaths. There are various theories and speculation regarding the incident. Some researchers have suggested that the group may have been affected by infrasound, a type of sound wave that is below human hearing range. Others have speculated that the group may have stumbled upon a secret military experiment which resulted in their deaths. Many believe that the group was stalked and killed by a supernatural entity, one that was awakened by their presence in the Ural Mountains. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most bizarre and unexplained horror stories of the 20th century. But for those who dare to venture into the frozen wilderness of the Ural Mountains, the terror of that fateful night still lurks, waiting to strike. The truth behind the Dyatlov Pass incident may never be fully known. But one thing is certain: the horror that the group experienced on that fateful night will haunt us for generations to come.